Yes, we have been previewing a lot of the winter seasons, but postseason is here for all the fall sports, and that means it is time for us to take a look at what will transpire this weekend on Saturday, November 5th in the morning up in Rockland as your Vanguard Lion cross-country teams take on the rest of the conference for a shot at a conference title, as well as a chance for some people to get up to the NAIA National Championships. Coach Brian Wilkins, we're here today to talk about this event. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing awesome.
Well, let's first recap this season. I will admit I let the ball drop a little bit on getting the weekly videos for all the meets that we had last year. So let's catch up. What have we missed since the Vanguard invite? Feels like forever ago, but it was just a couple months ago.
Yeah, since Vanguard invite, we were at UC Riverside's Invitational, Pomona Pitzer's invite, and then Cal State Fullerton's Titan invite most recently. And as far as performance, we've seen some great stuff, especially the last meet at Titan. Our men just really had a coming out party that day, and we ran the second fastest 8K team time in school history. And the guys finally jumped on the radar in terms of national rankings. We kind of got some votes, so we're seated in the number 27 spot, but we hadn't even been on the radar at all prior to this last week. So we're excited about that, and both teams are gelling. We have had just a number of injuries throughout the season, so we haven't had one meet where we've been 100% at full strength. We've had anywhere between 2 to 5 runners out in all of those first 4 meets this season. And so at GSAC, it's looking like we're probably going to have all 18 people competing, all 10 guys, all 8 women, so we're really excited about that.
That's good to hear, because I know especially the lead dog, at least for the first couple events on the women's side, Jessina, missed the past couple of events, so good to hear she's going well. How have things, let's talk a little bit about the women's team first then. What has kind of been surprising you? Obviously you've had the 2 people you talked about in the season preview, and Jessina and India, where have been doing really well, so how's that been shaking out so far?
Yeah, good. And again, the women's team, this will be the first meet at GSAC where we've had all 8 women running. We did have all 10 guys last 2 weeks ago at Fullerton, but if you go back a couple meets to, I think, Pomona Pitzer, we had our top 3 women out. So Jessina, India, and Carla were not competing at that meet. So to have those back in the mix, have our strong front runners back with us, and relatively healthy. Jessina is still battling a little bit of an injury, but she's got to go for it. This is conference, and she realizes that she wants to put it all out there and see if she can potentially get to nationals. So we're excited. I think we've had some great workouts. So training has been really good over the last couple of weeks. And again, we feel like we're finally clicking on all cylinders with the women, and I think we're going to see some really good stuff at conference.
Yes, my apologies, Jessina, not Jessina. I can't sometimes. Anyway, now on the men's side, it's been the Evan Hernandez show, but you got some guys that have emerged late as this season has moved along.
We have. We've got 4 guys that are running extremely well up front. So Evan, and then Anthony Hernandez, Justin Bartlebaugh, and Brandon Tressler are all running exceptionally well. And I would say all have a shot at potentially an individual qualifying berth at conference this weekend. If the team doesn't get in, all 4 of those guys have a shot. And the GSAC only takes 4 individuals. And you have to be in the top 15 overall. So it won't be easy,
no.
But I really think we'll get 2, maybe 3, and there could even be a possibility of 4 getting in. But we'd rather have the men's team qualify outright,
yes.
if at all possible. So for that to happen, they're really going to have to step up and have their best race of the season by far. We got to really close that gap on Masters and Westmont, if not upset somebody. But if we could really close the window a little bit, I mean, those teams are really good. They're ranked 2nd and 6th in the nation. But if we can get the team time margin closer, then maybe we jump up a few spots in the national ranking and maybe get one of those at large berths.
Speaking of which, remind everyone the qualifying, as you talked about for the men, and at least the men on that point. So what's kind of the necessary steps to get someone, team or individual, in for the national race?
Yep, so the team champion goes automatically, and then after that it's at large berths. There's going to be roughly about 13 at large berths, and they just go down the rankings from top to bottom. And right now, Westmont is sitting up there in probably the second or third at large berth position because they're ranked 6th nationally. And then, like I said, that 13th spot is down about 24th right now, 24th, 25th, right in there. And we're at 27. So we got to have a great race, to be able to jump up and maybe get that last at large berth. Or individual qualifying is just the top 4 individuals not on a qualifying team, provided they're in the top 15 overall, will also qualify.
There you go. So keep that in mind as you watch and follow on this Saturday morning. Let's talk about where we're going. Rockland is back as the host for the GSAC Championships this year. What do you got on the Rockland course and conditions? It was a little rainy here today, but is it going to be any weather factors this Saturday morning?
There's definitely a chance of rain up there on Saturday. I think last I looked about 60% chance. So we'll be prepared for that, and I think we'll be just fine. We're looking forward to some cooler temperatures, so that will be nice. The temps are supposed to be somewhere in the 40s to high 40s to low 60s. So,
sounds like good running weather for today.
Perfect running weather. If a little rain's coming down, great. We'll be ready. The course is kind of a hard packed dirt surface or crushed granite, so it shouldn't get too muddy. Should be pretty good conditions on the course, and the men do roughly about 4 loops around that course, approximately 2K per loop. And then the women, I think, do a little over 2 loops on that course to hit 5K. So that was a new course 2 years ago in 2020. And then this year they've made a few little tweaks, so it's a little bit different, but basically in the same terrain, as 2020.
So if you're lucky enough to be a spectator and want to root on your Lions up there, how's it from a spectator standpoint if you're making your way up that direction?
Yeah, it's pretty good spectator course. You're going to see the runners probably at least 4 times for the women, even if you're kind of in the start-finish area. You're going to see them at the start a couple times on the loops and then again at the finish. And then with the guys, you're going to see them probably close to 6 times. Just being in that same area of near the start-finish area. So pretty good spectator course.
Perfect. Well then, anything else you'd like to throw in before we wrap things up here and send you on your way up towards our state capitol?
Not really, other than the fact we're just really blessed and privileged to be able to compete and represent Vanguard and go on the road to conference title and have everybody on the roster competing. So we're grateful, for our health at this point in the season, and excited to just see what we can do and how we can just represent the school and also bring glory to God through our performance.
Well, I no question, your ideal result for Saturday?
The ideal result would be for the men to get a team berth and for us to at least get our top 2 women qualified individually.
All right, well, we'll aim for that. You aim for VanguardLions.com. We'll have the live stat link as well. Unfortunately, no live video coverage, but you can follow along as they race around or make your way up to Rockland. Catch these guys out in action. Justin Burtis, Brian Wilkins, good luck to you, Coach. We'll be keeping tabs on you.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin.